y'all. Welcome to Off the Beaten Path. My name is Cush.
My name is Breezy. On our podcast, we explore the great outdoors and the Second Amendment with a blend of culture,
comedy, and conversation. And oh yeah,
I'm making beats.
Hey y'all, we want to welcome y'all back to Off the Beaten Path. You know, you see Breezy there. You see the NPC making Phantom beats. And then we got a special guest today. Y'all know him by Hoodneck. Y'all see his name is Chris. And I'm going to let him do the introduction. I've known bro for a year or so, and we've seen each other at a few events. Chris, go ahead and do an intro for people who don't know you, man.
So my name is Chris Allen. I'm an Army vet from Galveston, Texas, and I am the founder of Hoodneck. Hoodneck is a nonprofit organization, but it's a nonprofit playing words with being from the hood and being a redneck. We're the bridge between two stereotypes that society tries to separate, and we're here to put an end to all negative stigmas placed upon them. So
that's fire. First, let me say thank you for your service, bro.
Oh man, I appreciate the support.
I wanted to be a jarhead when I was younger.
Let me let one of these off real quick.
Yeah. I wanted to be a jarhead when I was younger, but by the time me and my twin went to the recruiting office, we were covered in tattoos, and they were like, "Can't do it." We're like, "All right." So
yeah, man,
but that was like what 20 some odd years ago, bro. So
they're taking them now.
Yeah, yep. So man, I love what you and your organization are doing. You know, we've been following you for a while now. Anytime you post something, I make sure to share it as best as we can. But man, you kind of just jump right into it. So I'm gonna jump right into it. Tell me about Hoodneck. Like, how did it start? Well, let me rewind a little bit. Do you have a background in the outdoor space, or you just kind of like, does your family come from a long line of hunters, or you're like the first generation?
Nah, of hunter, I explain it like this. So my dad's side is from Louisiana, Mississippi, and my mom's side is from Texas. Both country, but my mom's side a little bit more hood. So my grandma's from Jeanerette, Louisiana. My grandfather's from Lake Charles. They moved down here, so I grew up in the garden with my granny. She grew fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And her husband, not my biological grandfather, but he's still my pawpaw. But my pawpaw, I used to be in the garden with him shooting coons and squirrels. But that's my father's side, man. My mother's side, we're down in Galveston, man. They country folk too, but we fish. Galveston's an island, so I grew up on the island fishing a lot more with my uncle and my family, everybody pretty much, you know, fishing, crabbing, and stuff like that is what we did a lot. So I got a little bit of both growing up, but my mama moved us to the hood at a young age, and that's where it came from.
So you do have like the foundation there from your youth. You remember like fishing, coon hunting, other small game, and then obviously fishing was like the big dog in your life, right?
Yeah. Fish more than anything.
What was it for you, like, you know, coming of age? Let's say you went to the Army, because you did. At what age did you realize, man, I want to get back to the outdoors, or I want to I want to create this organization? Was it just a hobby at first, and then you jumped in, or how did it happen?
Man, so Hoodneck is something I always, like I say, something I always joked around with from my friends and family. So my white brother, so I call him in the Army, man. I started saying, I'm Hoodneck, man. This is what I do. Because we used to go in the mountain. I was stationed in Colorado and I was artillery, so we didn't do nothing but shoot guns and stuff anyways all the time. But I would go into the mountains with my friends, and we would go shoot guns, and I was just like, man, I love this shit. Like that was my first time just really being outside and shooting somewhere not in the range, you know, just like really having wide open fun, you know?
Yeah.
And I just
you said this was in Colorado?
Yeah, in the mountains in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I would hang with them when I would come back home to visit my friends in Texas, and it would just feel different, man. I had bought my first gun my first legal pistol and stuff by that time, so I was carrying legally, but it still felt wrong, man. It still bad. Yeah. I feel like it just felt weird, man. Just going back to the hood, strapped up and shit. It was just a negative. It was not a negative feeling, but a weird feeling. And I go back to the Colorado. I got it in my bag. I can say it now because I'm not in the Army, but in my bags, man, I had an AK-47. I had a sawed-off pump. Not sawed-off pump, but a Mossberg 500 with the pistol grip. That's my preferred ass. And my Glock 21 and the little Ruger LC9. Man, you're not supposed to have no guns on post, man. I had when I got in the guns, I dove straight into it. Like, man, I started buying the stuff, started figuring out what I liked and what I didn't. But yeah, man, it was just it was just a negative feeling when I used to go back to the hood and I ain't like it. And then once I got in the army and I go back and forth and I'd be like, man, you know what? I'm not doing nothing wrong. Like a light switch went off in my head and I was like, why the fuck do you feel like this with your friends you've known your whole life, but when you go back to people you just met a couple years ago or whatnot, and what is it? And I was like, man, I really started sitting and thinking. I was like, man, my friends back home just don't know the things that they don't know, man. We all feel the same. Just in the black community, man, we always got not pushed away from guns, but it
comes a stigma with black gun ownership. We've talked about this on several episodes. I actually, props to my brother Breezy a couple episodes ago. I told our guest, like, bro, I didn't even know I could own a gun legally until me and this man had a full-blown business, bro. He was like, yo, what you carrying? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna give me a little 9. And he's like, you got your license? I was like, nah. I said, I'm gonna just, tuck it. And he's like, nah, bro, you come on, bro. We own a business. I was like, yeah, I'm saying, like, what? And he sent me everything. So props to my brother Breezy, because we advocate for legal gun ownership, but you're 100% right. Yeah. Growing up in certain areas, we have them.
I did it both ways.
Yeah,
I had guns from the street. That was the first guns my story kind of like it twists both. My dad was a outdoorsman, a hunter, a fisherman, so he had me around guns early. But I still, it's exciting. I got some street guns. I'm like, I went off the deep end. Like
not even knowing. So many people fall victim and getting in trouble because they don't know the laws, and they could just be legal at the snap of, especially in Texas, at the snap of a finger, man. You could be legal.
Especially because I knew my way around guns already, so it wasn't something that intimidated me. I was like, "What do you got? A little 380, I'll take it. A little 38 revolver, I'll take it."
Yeah, man. But just like it didn't intimidate you, and that's what it is. Doing the work I've been doing with Hoodneck, over the years, that's what I've come to realize is the black community, man, we see guns as tools of fear. So you go either, so I tell people this, when it comes to kids and guns, you got to teach them just like you teach them how to respect you and not fear you. So if you got kids, you're not going to teach your kid to be afraid of you, because if they grow up, they either not going to fuck with you or they're going to beat you up when they get older. It's the same thing with guns, man. If you teach a kid to be afraid of guns, they either going to grow up and use them as tools of fear or they're going to be afraid of them. But that's why you teach them respect. You raise your child to respect you, not fear you. And you same things with guns, man. And that's why I think, like, man, they're not tools. They're tools, and we see them as tools of fear, and it shouldn't be that at all. It should be a tool intended for its purpose, and it shouldn't be nothing negative. You shouldn't be trying to do nothing with it.
How long has Hoodneck been an organization?
So, man, so Hoodneck started. I had went on a hog. So when I got out the Army in 2017, I went on a hog hunting trip with I was working at a gun store, and I went on a hog hunting trip with one of my friends, and he was white. He Dutch, to be like. His parents are Dutch immigrants. He got long, like for real, long brown hair, super long brown beard. And he took me pig hunting, and he was like, "Man, you got some people that want to come? They can come. I got some space." So I asked my black friends, and them niggas was like, "Hell no!" They was like, "I'm not finna go out here with y'all and these guns, do this hunting shit." No, you can. They still think I'm on like an army high because I'm fresh out the military and shit, and they just think I'm on some other shit. I'm like, nah, this ain't that. So I ended up going hunting, and I knocked down the hog, and this 2017, and I put on a group 2018 time frame, early 2018 into 2017 time frame, and this on the Facebook groups was jumping back then. I don't know if Facebook was that time frame. Facebook groups was popping. And it was a black hunting group with like 100-something thousand people. And I posted a picture with the hog. And I was like, I just want to do Hoodneck shit with my friends. And I went viral. This before people were saying viral. People were saying viral in 2017. I was just telling people I got 100,000 likes, shares, and comments. Like I ain't never had this much attention. Like, it wouldn't, I didn't even have the words to, like, I wouldn't back then. I was like, dude, I got 100,000 shares and comments with people. I didn't have the word to say viral back then. Like that's how I knew it was to me. And people was like, man, put it on the shirt, put it on the shirt, put it on the shirt. So I was like, man, I don't know shit about making those shirts or none of that. And so I put it on the shirt, but it wasn't a Hoodneck logo. It wasn't this. It was just block letters. It just said Hoodneck, and nobody bought it. Hey, I got like 12 of those hats made. So I'm saying it ain't too many people in existence with that hat. Yeah. But I had put
and
it
no
on.
pun intended. Real quick, no cap and no cap. My man really rocks that a lot.
Yo, yeah, bro.
Like he stays wearing that
I
hat.
appreciate
So,
that.
yeah.
Man. I appreciate that.
Because not only do I believe and support what you do, but it complements our
Yes,
logo.
sir.
I
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that, bro.
So
For real.
now I'm gonna wear it like this. Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? And if I remember correct, you actually purchased that at Pew Party,
Yeah,
right?
at Pew Party,
Yeah.
Because I had seen the merch, and I don't know if you remember, we met a year or so before that. But you know, we've been so busy, we just
It was
missed
at, it was at a different event before Pew Party. It was at the
Well, this one I bought at Pew Party, but we met
yeah.
Pew Party. But bro, I remember like when I first started like seeing like what you were doing, I was like, damn, bro, like he ain't half stepping with it. You know what I'm saying? And we're really big. We're really big on authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like in the hood, there's fake it till you make it, but also don't come like half stepping. You can't hang with us if you ain't all the way in.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's what
So
it is.
Yeah.
And so when I saw you posting, yo, this is a lifestyle. Like this ain't just something I did to try and get free guns from gun company.
Well, I love to hear the story. Yeah, I mean, he's just how it happened organically like that, just from you doing something. My bad. The shirts. You're saying the block letter shirts.
Oh yeah, so I had just made the shirts with block letters, and I put it on there, and nobody bought it out. 100 something.
I thought y'all wanted these shirts.
Nobody bought it, but it took time. It probably took me like a week. It had drew it like it wasn't like immediate. I didn't give them a hey, you went viral shirts. It was like a week and a half, 2 weeks had went by before I could learn about drop shipping and all this other, so much shit. I didn't know. I didn't have no money. I didn't have nothing. I'm poor. I'm figuring out life. Man, my son just born. I'm still just trying to figure stuff out. Transitioning from the military back to civilian life, everything. But I was doing pictures, so I had made a shirt, the block letter shirt, just for me. One sample I wore it. I like this still. I'm a hoodneck. Even if it didn't sell, I was like, I'm still wearing the shirt. I made it, and it meant a lot to me. So one of my friends is Mike Evans from the Buccaneers, man, and he was having a celebrity basketball game at College Station. And I asked him, could I come up there and take pictures? Because, man, I was doing like photography as a little hobby and stuff like that. Because my granny used to take pictures and stuff when I was a kid. And it's just something I fell in love with just doing on the side as a hobby. So I was doing it and like trying to do it as a side hustle at this time. So I was doing stuff. And he was like, man, yeah, come up here on my game and take pictures. That's too easy, bro. So I go up, it's him, Jameis Winston, and all a bunch of different Buccaneers at that time and stuff. So one of his agents come up. I'm tall, Mike's tall, but this guy like 6'10". He up there, and he was like, he's like, what is Hoodneck? Because I had my shirt on, and I explained it to him. I didn't have like no picture, nothing at that time. I was like, man, this just being from the hood and the redneck, and pretty much, And he was like, man, I really like that. He was like, you need to get a logo. He looked me in my eyes. He looked down at me, looked me in my eyes. And he was like, you need to get a logo. He's like, man, you need to get like something to make it more visual so people can understand it. And I was like, you know what? I told him thank you, but on the ride home from College Station back to Galveston, it really stuck with me. Like, man, why did this?
Yeah,
man, something just
little nuggets.
It was. Let me see, man. So I got on the internet and I'm looking up logos and stuff like this because in my mind I was like, if I would make a logo, how would I make it? Like, what would it look like? And I was like, man, it can't be. Yeah. I'm just putting stuff together and I'm looking up stuff like, where can I get a logo made? And motherfuckers charging $200 a letter on logos. Like, what? I don't got no $800 for no logo to not sell no shirts. Like, I had nothing at this time. Nobody bought nothing. People forgot about me. Like, the internet keeps going. Life don't stop.
That's it, bro. That's a fact.
It keeps going. So I'm like, I don't got no fucking $800. So I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube University, man. How to make a logo? They pull up Photoshop, man. By the blessing of God, man. My freshman year, my sophomore year, my freshman year, my junior year, my senior year in high school, I took webmastering in high school, man. Shout out to Mr. Cito, man. Mr. Cito taught us Photoshop and how to make websites and stuff like that. Man, Photoshop is exactly the same from 2005 as it is today. Most people don't know that it's updated, but everything is exactly the same. Man, I started playing. I was like, man, I remember this shit. This This is one of my favorite tracks. I was like, I can do anything on this motherfucker. So I get on Photoshop and I'm looking. I was like, man, what type of logo I want? And I'm just looking. I was like, man, the hood got to be different from the neck. I was like, man, I want the hood to represent like brick. I want a concrete stone type feeling when I see that on the logo. It can't. I knew, and I was like, so I'm like, I'm going through the internet. I was like, man, I need all these different. I'm going different fonts. I'm just going crazy. I'm rambling now because that's how my mind was going at the time.
Yeah. I get it.
I'm scrolling through a million different things, and then I find the hood on it, and I look at it like that. It's just this. And I stay back and I say, okay. I said, I think that's it. I said, I need to find something neck. Man, what redneck make me think of? And I think racing, race car derby. I think outside stuff like that. When I think of redneck, like
mudding and yeah.
Exactly. Speed. Like like that's what I think. So that's when I got the neck part. I was like, man, it looked like somebody just on it. It made me think it was, let's go. Get it, go. Yep. Like that's what it made me feel. So man, when I put it together and I lined it up, because symmetrically, it how it's positioned, it looked like it. But man, I just had to move letters closer, shift them just to make it look how I had to look to make it all fit in a nice little square. Like, I was like, man, I did it. I made the logo. I put it on I'm on Photoshop and I'm looking and I sit back. I said, man, I think this is it. I was like, man, this is a nice ass logo. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, this is it. I'm like, I think this is it. I don't think I need to touch it. Like, this was like, I'm usually like indecisive on a lot of shit, but it hit. Like, as soon as I put it together, put my lettering how I wanted it, and spacing, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm a professional. Like, I was so confident in myself. I know I saved $800. Like, this shit, man. So I put it together, PNG file it, do all this other stuff. I know I had learned drop shipping from the one shirt I didn't sell. So I was like, man, let me put it together and put this on. And I put it on my Instagram, and I ain't never been popular on Instagram. People say it, but back then, I since social media been the thing, I've always had 1,000 followers. I ain't never been like 10,000 back then, but when 1,000 was a thing, Twitter. Anything, people just always, I just come across a lot of people in my time, and I've taken a liking to a lot of people. I'm just blessed to come across good people. But it was like I had 1,000 followers, like probably not even like a low thousands, but I always had 1,000. It was always just most people back then probably only had like 20 followers on their social media. Like it wasn't a big thing. If you got a couple hundred, you popping. But if you got thousands of thousands, you famous. So I remember we are only Anyways, I put it on a shirt, then I posted on my social media, and I go to sleep and I wake up to an email that's saying somebody bought a fucking shirt. I don't know who this person is. I still to this day don't know who he was, because I don't even use the same platform to sell and none of this stuff. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, hold on. I'm going through my shit. I'm going through it in my computer. I'm like, I got like $10 in here. I'm like, somebody bought a shirt for real, because how drop shipping set up, it takes a shirt and you just make your profit. I'm like, what the fuck? And it blew my mind, because I ain't a person who just put their credit card information on stuff, and I don't just be buying shit online. So when somebody did that for me, it meant a lot. Dude, I was like, damn, I can do this shit. I was like, that's $10 in my sleep. I was like, what the fuck? I'm poor, man. People I don't say this shit sparingly. I'm for real. Like, fuck? So I hadn't even bought a shirt with the new logo for myself yet. So I buy a shirt and I put it on, and I start getting compliments. Like white people start stopping me and shit. Like, hey, what that mean? I was like, man, what the fuck? It was just everything was new when I put the shirt on, and I was like, hey, I think I could do some shit with this. And I just started pushing it more on social media. And I was at the gun store at the time, and this back when the biggest person on social media in the gun community was Tank Machine. I don't know if you remember Tank Machine, but this 2018, 2019, he was on top of the world. Black Rifle Coffee was running the game. This when they really was making their name, and this is way back then. But Tank Machine was friends with the owners of the gun store I worked at, and I did his pictures and stuff for his marketing to help him sell stuff online. So I learned a little bit of online sales as well as storefront sales and stuff like that, working the gun store, inventory. Shit, like basic shit, simple shit that transition over to the army, but I'm learning the business side of marketing stuff as well, but on my own. And I got like freedom. Because he don't know nothing neither. So it's really just trial and error. He really spend money and I market out shit. That's cool. You buying flamethrowers and shit. I most definitely take some pictures of a flame, like just trial and error type stuff.
Yeah.
But that's really how I started going, man. I started seeing that, then I started doing Hoodneck. People started taking a liking to me with the Hoodneck shit. And it was Chris Hoodneck before, and I was like, man, I ain't trying to be famous, man. I really don't like attention.
That's when you made the focus Hoodneck.
Yeah, I took my name away from it and stuff. I was like, man, I saw people
like anyone could be a Hoodneck.
Yeah, because I started getting people coming up to me saying, I'm a Hoodneck. I'm just like you and stuff. I was like, man, I feel that shit. And I didn't want people to be representing me. Like I ain't shit. I was a regular person. Like, I don't want y'all to be, it's Chris Hoodneck. I ain't trying to be famous, but it started, a light bulb went off. I was like, man, there's people like this all over the country. Then we started growing. I started getting people in other countries saying, I'm a Hoodneck just like you. I'm in a rice farm in Korea, but I'm a Hoodneck, man. Trust me. I'm just like Korea, man. The dude's in Oregon. He's like, man, I'm just like you. Y'all fish, but I snorkel for my fish and I spearfish and stuff like that. And we got snow, so I snowboard, do shit. I was like, man, I grew up. We rode scooter skateboards, we boogie boarded, we surfed and did all that shit because we grew up on an island with a beach. And I tell people, we was the Black Rocket Power for real. Like we did everything they did. For literally, we ride. I got a dirt bike right here. I got a KTM 150 right here, 2-stroke. We ride dirt bikes, 4-wheelers, go-karts. We do it all. Like we grew up.
So you still do it, like
hell yeah,
off-roading and stuff like
my
that.
My garage went junky. I'll show you. My dirt bike is literally right here.
Hold on. Speaking of dirt bike, I need to hear that dirty beat that you're supposed to be chopping up.
Okay, hold on, because he's speaking stuff near and dear to my heart here.
Of course, I know this.
I don't know. We're in South Florida, West Palm Beach to be exact.
Yeah,
about an hour north of Miami. So we had a lot of that's like I got yellow sand dunes next to my house. They're still there. They just fenced it off, and it's a natural preserve now. But while you talk about wilding out on some ATVs and dirt bikes, and
you already know about them dunes. It's a preserve because of sea turtles and all this other stuff, man.
That's exactly what it is, bro. But we used to be out there on the YZ80s. I remember my boy had his dirt bike over, and it was like changed my life. I was like, yo,
you met Mayberry, huh?
What's that?
You met Mayberry, huh? With the gold teeth and the face tattoos, my director of agriculture, Mayberry was wheeling down the seawall and bust his ass on doing the wheeling down the seawall, man, like on the beach, man. We do this.
Yo, that's great. And just hearing you speak, it's like, man, we really are all connected, in some kind of way.
Everyone's a Hoodneck in some way.
That's from different places,
man. You can be from the hood in Florida, Texas, Louisiana,
it don't
Chicago,
matter.
New York, Cali.
Kush knows where I'm at. I'm like, I saw both sides of it because I'm not from the hood per se, but I got the hood right by me.
He's literally like, this is his street. This is the highway. Here's the hood.
There's
right
the hood.
on the other side.
I went to school with kids from the hood that got and we clicked up because they were kids too. I didn't care where, I wasn't checking anyone's financials or it's like, yo, you like doing this stuff? So do I. Let's hang. And that's why it's beautiful to hear you talking about this.
Let's hear that sample real quick.
So I chopped the sample a little bit. I usually let you hear the whole song, but I think I'm gonna just play with these little parts right here. Y'all let me know what this.
That sounds like some country stuff. Let me tell you about this country.
Or should I chop some a little more Hoodneck?
I like
where that goes. We'll see where that goes.
I want to hear that, but I mean, whatever you want to do.
Go ahead and throw a beat drop to it. That's
You know what's funny, bro?
Music at all? My bad, Kush. Did you do music at all?
I was going to tell you. So just like how you saying you saw both sides, man. So we was on our way up, man. I tell you, we was hood rich, man. My grandma's in the Gospel Music Hall of Fame, man. My grandma's was a pianist, a composer, man. I grew up to listen to my granny play a baby grand piano every morning from my childhood. But man, she passed away when I was 10, man, and sent my mom into a drug relapse from when I was 10 till I graduated high school. So we was already moving. My mom was already trying to find herself as a young mother and whatnot, just growing up and stuff. So we had been in the hood, moving back to my granny house, back and forth to Houston, to the island, Then my granny passed, and we was on the island for good though. But life went down. We was really processed. We've been when my granny died, she was our backbone. So I ain't got my mama, my daddy, nor my granny. So it was 5 kids, my aunt and my uncle. But that's why we grew up. Everybody in my family do something in music, man. But me, I'm the athlete. I'm so tall. Everybody else is fucking short in my family.
Bro, how tall are you? Because I just told my old lady, I was like, she goes, Hoodneck. I was like, yeah. I said, man, this brother got to be like 6'5", maybe.
Yeah, I'm 6'5", right there.
That's crazy. So when you said a little bit ago, man, them football players were looking down on me, or that dude, I was like, bro, he's got
that motherfucker was tall, boy.
Yeah, he got to be pushed. You said he was pushing 7 foot.
Man, he was
up down on you.
Because I don't look up often, man. It's like you notice when you look up when you talk, because the world not made for tall people. So a lot of my stuff is focused at a downward angle down, you know. So I look, I'm like, oh, I gotta look up. I was like, he look at me in my eyes. He mean this shit. Like it was one of them moments. So yeah. Damn. But everybody do music, man. My grandma, my uncle, my aunt, my uncle was in a band in Lamar. My aunt was in a band. My mama did the choreograph for Grambling University when she was in the band there. Wow. My sister was in the band at Prairie View. My older sister, my little brother was in the band at Prairie View, and my other little sisters do instruments and sing and dance stuff.
I don't know if we've told the story here yet. I'm sure we have, but we owned a recording studio for 7 years, Breeze, right? Something like that. Yeah. And I'm an audio engineer. He's an audio engineer, producer too. I mean, I got like $100,000 worth of equipment sitting here, and there too. He has
probably see some of it back there. Yeah.
Not really. Yeah, but the desk is over here. But he has a butt ton of equipment too, like expensive. So when we tell people, because you know what's funny, like at SHOT Show, you see us with the cameras, and it has this like long microphone. Like that thing's got to be like the boom mic. It's like 14 inches long. We see other media teams, and they're like, "Man, y'all don't use no labs." We're like, no. And then, when people hear the word, they're like, "Damn, that sounds like a voiceover." Like, no, that's just that mic. Because most people don't know we got a background in music and audio.
I use that directional microphones, man. You don't need that stuff, man. Like I say, I dabbled in it, so I did a lot of research on. I'm a buy once, cry once type of person.
Same, bro.
I don't need the biggest expensive, but I do need something that can do everything.
That's it.
Keep me going.
Pretty damn good. Yeah.
I done ran through the road mics and all that stuff. So I know a little bit about everything.
Yeah. But bro, like I say that because like you were saying, buy once, cry once. You know what I'm saying? So like when we own the recording studio, that's kind of like, we obviously we had firearms before that, but when we had the studio, we happened to be right in the hottest part of the city. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We were. One side of the neighborhood was at war with the other side of the neighborhood, and it was real.
Man, I already know how that go, man. One of my partners right now, he graduated from Full Sail down in Florida, man. He do music and stuff, and he produced, but he do mobile. He mobile, like he doing mobile producing and beats and stuff like that, and engineering. But he be getting caught up in shit. Police think he with somebody. Nah, boy, let them know you a producer. You ain't with none of that. You ain't.
Yeah. Listen, bro. We had
stories, bro.
We had SWAT, FBI. Them people kicked our door in.
Man, that shit
ARs and everybody's. People don't. I don't think like the industry, like this industry specifically. I don't think they realize how prevalent it is in our community. Because it ain't nothing for somebody to pick up a beat from YouTube and then try to find a studio. I want to record this, but in real life. They're not rappers in real life. They're gangsters for real. You know what I'm saying? So
what Kevin Gates say? He got a verse that say, he say, "Killers in my hood, they know me by my first name. You know them by their work name. I know them by their birth name." And I like, God, these my peers. I say, I'm the only person who can talk to killers from the feds on the streets, military, police. I said I go talk to gun manufacturers. I sit with the mayor. I sit with politicians. I say I'm the only person who can go in all these rooms. Like,
hey, does that ever blow your mind?
Now it do. Like now, like, but it do. But at the same time, I know that history repeats itself, man. And I try to. One of my favorite quotes is a smart man learns from his own mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So I really do try to learn from others' mistakes, and I take the words and wisdom I hear, and I try to apply that. And that's so that's how I move with that shit when it comes to
No, bro, it blows my mind because like
them my friends. I would never you wouldn't think these killers, but man, life is crazy. You never know people's situations and how stuff play out, man. It's a lot of people in jail for killing that's not killers. It's a lot of people in jail for drugs that's not drug dealers. It's a lot of people in jail for stuff man, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, man. I didn't know the stuff I didn't know and just trying to learn in the hood, figure myself out, man. So many times I know I'm supposed to have a long fucking lengthy criminal record, dude. God truly blessed me. God truly blessed me. Man, my friends have been in jail for stuff we used to do together. It's
bro,
just, man,
that's gonna be another episode because, bro, there's so much of that in with the people that I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I man, pretty much the same exact story, bro.
Niggas being street beef, they call hood nigga, man. No, they ain't trying to die neither. People be scared like that. It's the humanity and stuff, man. It's man, ain't no people think these gang wars and hear all this other stuff and think people just want to be beefed up and want to, man, these motherfuckers scared for their lives for real. Man, I gotta understand that they don't got a life. They don't
that's why we're so passionate, like what we're doing about proper gun ownership for like the Black, Latino, urban community because like, bro, I was a grown man before I knew I should get a license. You know what I'm saying? Because all my life it was just clutch some, hold it. You know what I'm saying? So, but enough about that. I want to get back around to your organization. So y'all take kids from the inner city out on hunts?
Man, we take men, women, and kids. It don't matter what you are. If you want to go and you want to learn, you really passionate, like this something I can feel it coming from you. Yeah, we make that happen easy.
That's dope.
We work with pets, everybody. We don't discriminate. When everybody, for real.
What's the most popular like hunt you do? Is it hog hunting? Because I know Texas right now is going through like hog invasion, ain't it?
It's hog and duck. It's probably we do more hogs than anything, but I try bird hunting. I love that, man. I
ain't never been hunting, period, bro.
Man, we gotta get you on something, man.
Yeah, no, we're gonna definitely do it because I've told a few people that my 40s is gonna be about hunting and being able to just, if I want to go hunt a deer and bring 600 pounds of meat back home. I mean, I don't know how much they weigh.
You don't want that much, boy. That's a lot. I carry that shit,
bro. But yeah, that's like, I like your effort. So in you said 2018, 2019 is when you really started branching off into doing the whole Hoodneck thing. When did you incorporate as a 501c3?
2020, man. So SHOT Show 2019, the National Shooting Sports Foundation, they saw my social media, like what we was doing. They was like, man, I want to pay y'all to come out here. I want to pay you to come out here and do some stuff with us for SHOT Show. I want you to find some random people on the strip and take them shooting for the first time. They've never been shooting. We're going to pay for it all. We're going to film it. And we're going to pay you. So I did that. And they did that. And they paid me. And the money they gave me, by that time, I was like, man, I know what I want to do with Hoodneck. I want to make it a nonprofit. I was like, man, I can sell. I'm learning business, man. I'm studying business. Nonprofits make money and all this because I'm like, man, at this time, I'm trying to take people hunting. And I was like, man, that shit expensive. I can't afford to take myself hunting. I know I ain't finna be able to take nobody else hunting, but as I'm learning, I'm saving my shirt sales, shirts growing and stuff like that. I'm just stacking money up, man. Just becoming more financially stable and learning more. And I started applying it. So I got that money from the National Shooting Sports Foundation doing the stuff for SHOT Show, and I used it to start my nonprofit. And I got my tax exempt paperwork back the month we went into lockdown 2020. It took like almost a year for me to get my paperwork back. But I had just came from the national SHOT Show again, and because they had SHOT Show in 2020. But it hadn't kicked off yet. Like the pandemic wasn't big yet.
Yeah.
But I had got my paperwork back right then, like right after SHOT Show. And then that's when the people for the National Shooting Sports Foundation was like, hey, man, we got this grant. Apply for it. I was like, bet. I just got my paperwork back. I can apply for grant. Just the first grant I'm apply for. And I don't know nothing about nothing, man. My older sister has a degree, her doctorate in psychology. So if I trust her for a lot of stuff. So I sent it over to her. And she was like, yeah, I'll help you write up a little grant. I don't know nothing about grants, but it don't seem too hard. So we whipped up a grant, man, and I got it in the pandemic. So the whole pandemic, I got 10 bands to take people hunting. And that's all I did the whole pandemic. Was just take people hunting that never been hunting. Maybe it was his first time hunting and stuff like that. Got him outfitted and just learned so much. And we've been up since. I learned a lot in the pandemic. I was able to really sit down and home in on not have the world make you feel like you was getting left by, but when the world stopped and when you buckle down too, you be like, oh yeah, I'm killing shit, and you able to become more disciplined. So it was like perfect timing for me. That year was so big. That was one of the best years of my life.
Because of the lockdown, were you able to enjoy more hunts? Like, meaning there was less people out there hunting, so you took advantage of it?
Wildlife thrived so much better, man. When we got the fuck out the way, the wildlife thrived. It was fucking
up, right? What did you see the most of?
Birds, ducks and stuff like that. But everything moved around. It was, you got to think, a lot of animals move around with caution, man. There wasn't no caution with a lot of these animals. They were free, like, and with no fear. That's what it is. Animals moving with no fear. You know, we know y'all always been here, but we finally able to see this shit. Like, man, we ain't in no shortage. Y'all just y'all good as fucking hiding. That's all it is, you know. So
yeah. Wow, that's dope, bro. I didn't even think about the effect of the pandemic.
Fishing was amazing. Come on, man.
So all right. So now let me ask you another question. Are you the type of hunter who, when you harvest, you take it back home, or you give it back to the community, or a little bit of both?
No, I'm not a trophy. So I ain't been on no trophy hunts. I don't have no trophy kills or nothing like that. Everything I hunt is for food. We trying to eat everything. I'm not opposed to it, but our goal is to survive off the land and teach people, man. If you kill you something amazing and you want to go ahead and do your rake, man, do that. But make sure you get every piece of meat up off that carcass.
Do you ever do like you give meat to like it off in the community?
Right. If we got, maybe good. He got a list of people who want some hog meat and stuff like that. So we really be hunting, bust it down and give it out. We give out eggs and stuff like that too, because our chickens and shit lay so many eggs that we cannot keep up. Everybody, maybe should all have about 2 weeks worth of eggs at home, and we get 1.5 dozen a day. So we got more than enough.
So you could be slinging eggs right now, bro.
No, we're gonna do something with it. We probably do like a little good. We're gonna start selling eggs. We got to get more chickens. So 1.5 dozen. It's a lot when it's just a couple people, but for a business, you will want 10 dozen a day. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot more chickens.
Yeah. Hey, that sounds like a shirt. A lot more chickens.
Yeah, a lot more.
Yeah. So okay, you got established in 2020. We're 2024 now. In the last 4 years, how many people do you think you've taken hunting and introduced to the outdoors? And then another question.
We started off. We really focusing in on like groups, man. I always get spurts of people just want to come by, passing through, like, and stuff like that, want to learn something. But we got a nice core, probably about 60, 70 people that return. Like I would call them, hey, they hunters now. They wouldn't, but now they hunters. Like, you know, we get so many people, but everybody don't stick it through, man. It's work. It's hunting.
That's big on the R3, right? Recruitment, retention, and reactivate. That's dope, bro. That's dope. 60 people
I get 50, a good solid 50 people out there, gun owners, everything. People that could do for themselves. They don't need to call me for nothing no more, you know. So
how long did it take for them to get to that point with you?
It depends on how much it's them, how much you willing to learn, apply, how good of a learner is, and what you do on your own, because you ain't gotta just wait on me. You grown. It's a lot of adults. Don't say they grown. They can go book something with somebody else and go do it and learn. That's what I'm showing you how. If you don't know how to get started, this what Hoodneck for. You want to level up, be an expert. We just focusing on the newbies, getting people introduced to it. We can do it. You can come hang with us and go on some hunts on our private stuff and pay your own way when we go do some stuff. You're more than welcome to join. But
wait, hold on, rewind. So you got private land?
So we on 2 properties right now. We got 15 acres in Brazoria. Then we got a hunting lease in Cleveland, Texas, that we on 30 acres. But that one's going to be up. But we are working on something. When does it come out?
Probably in the next month or so.
All right. So I'll be able to. So we're working on something with we're working on something to get a bunch of land with multiple properties across the whole state. And we'll know it's looking good. We got a meeting with them next month. But we're trying to have that. We're gonna be on 40,000 acres over the state of Texas, across the state.
Wow.
I'm saying we just working on a lot of stuff, man. We busy. We super busy. So we moving. We're gonna always be in Brazoria, but our Cleveland property is leased. But we might be on a super.
Breeze, did you hear that? They're working on something to expand to 40,000 acres. That
this hunt is gonna be live, man. I can't wait. I really hope.
How many do y'all have now?
So we just on 2 properties right now, but we're going to get a hunting lease that has access to 40,000 acres, got lodging and everything, but across the whole state of Texas. It may be 12,000 in Mexico, it may be 7,000 in North Texas, it may be, it's different properties. But a total of 40 with big land, with big ranches and stuff.
No, give him a horn, bro. He needs.
I was gonna say I missed that because we had a spot. I used to go. My bad. I'm on the. Hold on. I was over here in beat mode. Hold up. Is that it? Wrong pad. No, I was saying I missed that. Like that was the first. We had a hunting lease about an hour north of. We go shooting up there, Okeechobee. It's if you know Lake Okeechobee in Florida. It was just north of there. And it was about like 40,000 acres. And man, it was just something about being out there, running around with guns, being outdoors. It just everything,
That's
it was
beautiful.
It was amazing. So I love that for y'all. And we're waiting for the invite. So,
that's a fact. What that beat sound like? You got some?
Yeah, I got a little something. A little something over here. Let's see.
Let's see. Oh yeah, bro. Hey, I didn't even think you were gonna go that way with the beat.
Well, I found a different. I played y'all the little intro. I thought I'll probably do that because I'm like kind of limited. I'm just making whatever sequence I can, but I'm thinking the little sample I played at the beginning.
That kind of has like a reggae vibe.
Yeah,
it does, right? That's how I played the drums too. It's like they drag a little bit.
Yeah. So. Well, I heard the snare is more like a knock.
Yeah, it is. It's a knock, and then I kind of.
I thought you were gonna go the other way with it, so that's dope.
Thank you.
I think man, I think that's a hard beat, bro. Yo, I think we need to be serious about releasing a beat
Let's
tape.
Do it. Yeah.
Bro, he makes a beat every episode.
You
should. You must stop doing shit for free, man.
Nah.
Go ahead and put that.
We own the publishing company, so
that's what I'm saying. Go ahead and put that on there.
Always the fee, never the free.
Somebody might want to buy it from you. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead and you never know.
Hey, so what's in the future for Hoodneck?
So we brand ambassadors with Q. I can tell you that. So we're gonna be.
I saw that story y'all did. That was fire.
Yeah, man, that shit was live. Dude. They cool people, man. I really enjoyed that tour. That was my first time on the East Coast. Like, man, it was like a culture shock. You can drive an hour and be in 3 different fucking states. That shit was so crazy to me. Like, We went. You can be Maine, New Hampshire, and Boston all within an hour.
Quick.
I'm still in. I'm driving. It take me an hour to get to Houston from Galveston. I'm like, what? It was.
Yeah.
We're South Florida dudes. We can relate. It takes us 5 hours, and we're in southern Georgia at that point. Or if we're going out to Texas, it's 9 hours.
Why? Dallas 5 hours, Louisiana 3 hours. I'm closer to Louisiana than I am to Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're right there on Galveston.
Yeah.
On the island. We drive through there all the time because my wife's family is from South Texas. And so when we drive, we go Corpus Christi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so when we drive, we go through obviously all the southern states, Louisiana, Ponchatoula, Baton Rouge. We go I-10 all the way. Yeah. But then when you get to up for Chad Butler,
R.I.P.
aka Pimp C.
Yeah.
Hey Chris, I'm gonna have to put you on some of his music. I know you don't know nothing about him, but he's from Port Arthur, bro.
Yeah, shout out UGK. He's from Port Arthur.
We know all about PA and both the whole. We the real 409 and Galveston. We tell people all the time, but man, we got to see Pimp C when we was kids coming from a basketball tournament at a gas station in the red thing, man. It was a long time ago. It was a good time.
I said that was probably a moment.
You know about Capitol Beach Party?
Who?
Capitol Beach Party?
Oh yeah, I've heard of it, but I ain't. No.
I was a kid running through Capitol, man. All this stuff, everything you hear, man. I'm a real Capitol baby. We used to leave elementary school. We used to walk home. Man, we used to go walk to the beach. Ain't nobody.
For us,
that was what
Atlanta had Freaknik.
Freaknik can't compare to Kappa. You can ask all the celebrities you see. They be like, this Texas, this Galveston, this not Atlanta. They posting
Texas does do it different though.
This ain't. It look like it, but this is a Texas. Kanye West, Lil Duval. You see all them posting these old pieces. Like, man, Kappa was what y'all think Freaknik was. I can't even talk about this.
You know what's a memory that I have that I'll never forget? I remember, I got to figure out the year. It had to be late 90s, maybe early 2000s. But I remember Master P came down to Miami and he was hustling tapes.
We were No Limit soldiers too.
I was like, what, bro? Me and my brother would No Limit everything, bro. Everything No Limit. So
still the shock of the reason we wore do-rags. People P came through the South deep. He used to show love to Master P used to come through Texas. People be telling his story about how he used to hustle. He used to run through the South moving tapes for real. Like
P No Limit. He made his own lane with that. It was crazy.
So Galveston's the home of Juneteenth. We've been selling Juneteenth our whole life. They used to be in Juneteenth parades passing out No Limit CDs to us.
Kind of a full circle moment up until actually this year is when I resigned. Not a lot of people know this, but I was the marketing director for the Juneteenth committee here in my city. And bro, yeah, straight up.
Bro, man, I sit on the board for the committee in Galveston. That's back for Juneteenth.
Oh, bro, we will put on as Breezy. He came this last year.
Yeah,
bro, there ain't nothing like a Juneteenth celebration because it's culture for culture. You know what I'm saying? Like it's for us, by us, and you know I love. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Sad now down in Galveston, man, because it's now that it's a national holiday, it's turned it into a business. So everybody used to do it for the love and the celebration, the community. Now it's like, oh no, I've been doing this for X amount of years. All the old heads don't want to work with the city. They don't want to do this. They trying to make money. It's like, hey, I sit on the board. I be, hey, I be pissing these old folks off. Hey, it's for the community. I don't care. I don't care what y'all say. We're not doing this, man. It got to be the city. This is backed by the city. This for us. This not for you. You can't. You can't host the event for. You can if you want. But now I can't tell you can't. But you're not gonna have the support from the city. The city of Galveston, the home of Juneteenth, not gonna say this is not an official Juneteenth event. You know, you can do what you want, but the old heads be they want to be famous, man. Old people want to be famous so bad. They want their name in the newspaper. They want to be on the news and talk about the Juneteenth shit that they not doing. So it's
bro. But man,
that shit real. Like I already know. I can see it in your face when you was like, man, that man.
It's cool. It's cool like down here because there ain't nothing really like it. And I've looked. So before before I joined the team back then, I was looking around, like, man, we never really had a Juneteenth celebration. I mean, there's one down in Miami. Now they're everywhere, but still the one here is the original. The big here in South Florida is the original one. It's the biggest one.
So live, man. We used to have different project homes in Galveston, like brick projects. They're not there no more. The hurricane washed them away. But the projects used to compete. They had like the dance battles, dance competitions. We used to have big parades. We used to have like barbecue. Man, Juneteenth parade was like we have Mardi Gras too. Galveston got the third biggest Mardi Gras in the country. Juneteenth is like a Mardi Gras in the middle of the summer, man. It's so down on Juneteenth, but as time went on, stuff just died down, and once it became a national holiday, trying to bring it back, but we trying to get it back to the same, man. We're trying to get it as a festival, something like Essence, but on a bigger scale, bigger level. These old heads just be fighting us, man. Yeah, I be putting them. I don't like disrespecting my elders, but I'm big on community, man. Y'all didn't had y'all time. Like, I don't try to be disrespectful, but man, y'all didn't had y'all time. Y'all ain't did nothing with it. There's a lot of people who have these organizations. I run a nonprofit. If you can't do wrong with a nonprofit and me not call you on it, I'm the king of calling motherfuckers out on this back. That ain't how you run an organization. So you can go look up anything you want about Hoodneck. People don't understand that a nonprofit is owned by the greater good of the community. You have a board that's directed. Anything you want to know about Hoodneck, you can look up.
It's supposed to all be public.
I get to tell these old folks, I'm a pull it. Y'all keep talking this shit. I'm a pull it and show everybody. And they shut up, man. People do wrong. That's with grants and all that stuff. That's why so many people get grants year after year after year from these same companies, because they doing wrong. They're in the whole little fucking Ponzi scheme, doing some shit.
They in their own little circles.
Exactly. I've been fucking shit up lately down here on this nonprofit stuff, especially when it comes to the Juneteenth shit. And nobody doing nothing wrong, getting no money from nobody. None of that. No, you didn't been here 30 years and you don't got nothing to show for? What? Oh no.
Come on. No. Get this young guy out of here.
This is next application. They tripping. You ain't got it.
What was his name? He just recently passed. The brother, was it Senator Mays? What was his name? He was an older brother. Man, I don't remember. He was part of Congress. He was famous for calling people out. Old dude.
Oh no, you talking about Councilman
Yes.
Councilman. I forgot his name, but he's a councilman. He's talking shit. I want to do that. I wish he got some balls.
Bro, Breeze, have you ever seen that footage?
Bro, I'm sure I have, bro. I just
something like that or something.
Yeah, something. I think it's Councilman.
It's Councilman something. I forgot.
Yeah, bro. Sure he'll call anybody.
He's super disrespectful though. Like it's hard for me to have to. My elders gotta treat me like a kid. I hate being a little kid. I don't know if it's because I'm tall, and that's I ain't the one for they'll never little dog me in no way, shape, or form, because that ain't it. And my elders love to do that stuff to me because I'm young and all this other shit. But
you get the business.
I accomplished just as much as you have.
in less time. Let's
not do that. That's why I don't, man. It's God's timing. But I tell people, man, we'll accomplish the same, man. See me as an equal, man. I'm on this board with you. Right? You a doctor.
But
I'm telling you can't do this, and you look at me like I'm crazy. But then when somebody else tell you, be like, "Oh, they did tell me that." Yeah, I did. I ain't. You supposed to know better.
Hey, so where can people find you, bro?
Man, you can find us on. We got our website at hoodneck.org, but our social media is Hoodneck HOODNECK_ on Instagram, and on YouTube is Hoodneck TV. And you can just put in Hoodneck on Facebook if you're on Facebook.
All right, cool.
There it is.
Bro, I appreciate you taking the time.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Is it mission accomplished?
If I was off in the beat, but what's next for you? What do you got coming up?
Like I say, man, we working on these big properties, so we finna start doing a lot more filming. Filming and merch. I want to ramp up merch this year, and we been slowly stepping up our quality, but just finding our style of how we want to film. So we getting that together, but we're gonna do a lot more hunting. It's all about growing. It's growth this year. I said we've been going through these growing pains. I'm ready to stretch all night. So that's what
that's it, Coach. You think it's mission accomplished?
Yeah. Mission accomplished, definitely.
There it is. Let's hit it.
All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey, Chris, we appreciate you, bro. Your story's dope. I love what you're doing in the Galveston area and really all across Texas. And I wish nothing but the best for you, bro. And hopefully we can work together in the future, bro. So I appreciate you coming on. Breezy, you got any words?
That's it, man. Likewise, right. Appreciate you being on the show, man. Good times. I'm sure we'll see you sooner than later.
Yeah,
definitely.